hang on for the Tom Cruise conversation. We'll get into that in just a bit. We found a ranking of all of his movies. He's only done 42. Well, 42 is a lot of movies, and they ranked them 1 through 42. Baggedmilk, Oilers Nation.
Sir?
Iggy's retiring. It's making it official. Press conference was announced a couple of hours ago. Thoughts on that?
I mean, what other option did he have, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to play last year, and it just kind of didn't happen. So he's like, well, I guess I'm retired then.
I guess this is it.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do, Iggy? Great player, great career, but sometimes you don't have any options.
Little slow towards the end, right?
Yeah, he got a little bit slow. Hands were still there, but yeah, he was dragging a piano.
Maybe he'll move back here and then play on Ryan Smith's team.
Maybe he
We'll
could,
finally get to see the two of them playing together.
What is the Condors?
In Stony Plain.
Eagles or something.
The Eagles, that's right. Okay. I always liked Iggy. I mean,
Me too.
Don't like the Flames, but I always had an appreciation for his game.
I liked him a lot as a player, the way he played, the style he played, how he played. Great player, but I hated him because he was a Calgary Flame.
You cheer for him when he was on Team Canada, though.
I liked when he threw the mitts, right? Yeah. He was a good fighter, too.
Great fighter.
Yeah. Do you think there was a conversation within the Oilers brass about bringing him to Edmonton for, put him on the bench, play him every once in a while?
I hope so. I hope there was at least a conversation. The kind of person he is based on the quality of the human being, I would hope so. You know what I mean? They got a lot of kids on that team that could probably use a mentor like a Jarome Iginla.
I really wanted him to show up, and I get... And he probably wouldn't have been able to contribute as much as everybody would want him to, but still.
Of course. And the best part probably would have been how much it would have annoyed Flames fans.
Oh, it would have been.
See, it would have been like Ryan Smith wearing a Calgary jersey, unforgivable, and I assume Iggy wearing an Oilers jersey would have been same.
It would have been amazing.
I didn't even think of that. That's actually very good.
I would have almost done it just for that.
Yeah. It's worth it for the Oilers to do it.
Yeah, I mean, a little trolling with your Battle of Alberta rival, why not?
Even just like giving him the tryout contract so he comes for training camp.
Just all I want is a picture of him wearing the uniform, and then we could just spread it around the internet forever.
There you go. Okay, the odds for the Stanley Cup 2018-2019 season came out. Now, I don't gamble and I don't follow this, so I don't know if these are Vegas odds. I saw this and I grabbed it and I snipped it out. And I thought it was pretty interesting, and I thought, we talked about it the other day, I thought I'd get you to weigh in on it. Toronto Maple Leafs have the best odds, according to this, of winning.
They do. I mean, they got John Tavares, so that means that, the world is theirs. The funny thing about it is John Tavares is a great player, great hockey player. He's going to make their team better. But what they brought in was about 30, 35 goals is what he gets in a season.
Yeah.
What they lost in Bozak and Van Riemsdyk is about 30, 35 goals. So their offense is about evened out.
Okay, that's a good way of looking at it.
They still haven't fixed the defense. So if you're betting money on Toronto to win the Stanley Cup, I don't like your bet.
Okay, that Grant said exactly the same thing. They got decent goaltending, though, right?
Yeah, they got solid goaltending. Freddie Anderson's a good goalie. They got great forwards, young forwards that have a lot of skill. But if you can't keep the puck out of your zone, you can't keep the puck out of the net, then you're not going to win the Stanley Cup.
Okay, so we'll go through the top
for the
10.
Oilers.
The Leafs were at the top. Tampa Bay was next. Boston Bruins third. Nashville was fourth. Fifth was the Vegas Golden Knights, which I thought after their run last year, maybe... they might be a little bit higher up.
See, and I want to go on record and say that I bet Vegas misses the playoffs this year.
Really?
Yeah, I think that second season, it's kind of the novelty's worn off a bit, though. They lost James Neal.
They had a lot of guys shooting the lights out at a rate that was unsustainable last year.
Yeah.
It was like they had so many things go right.
Okay.
And the story was great. I was on the ride. I'm looking at them. I'm going, wow, this is a hell of a team, hell of a story. I hope they finish it off. But I think the luster's, like Grant said, the shine's going to wear off, and I think they're going to come crashing down to earth a little bit.
Number 6, the Washington Capitals. Number 7, Pittsburgh Penguins. The Capitals being 6th after winning it all, kind of interesting.
It's interesting, especially, we were talking about this at the office yesterday. Nobody expected the Capitals to do anything last year. They kind of flew under the radar as... for everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody expected them to get out of the first or second round. Nobody expected them to go to the finals, and then they ended up winning. So
losing the coach to the Islanders might be a big part of that
Sure.
sixth spot there, maybe.
Sure.
Maybe they're predicting some instability in the coaching chairs. The Jets were 8th. Sharks were 9th. I thought the Jets could be a little bit higher on that list, maybe.
Sure,
No?
I mean, why not? The Jets desperately need to win because if they win, their mayor has promised them an airport. Teams are tired of flying into Thunder Bay and having to bus into Winnipeg.
That's not true, everybody.
need
Winnipeg
this.
does have an airport.
They don't have an airport.
It doesn't have pavement, but it's
No, it's like they have like an airstrip in a field somewhere.
You fly in and it's Cessna.
It's a farmer's field, yeah. And then in the winter, it's a lake when it's frozen.
Jesus. Edmonton Oilers, number 10. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's fine. You know what? Lower the expectations. Why not? Under promise, over deliver. I wish they were,
I thought 10 was high.
Hey, I'd be great if they were 31st. Put a little money on them.
Yeah, that's
See
a
how
good
things
point.
play out.
Okay, can you guess this list? I have no idea where it came from, so it's a crapshoot. Who's last?
Last. Wow. I'm going to go somebody like Carolina or something like that. Just one of the nothing teams.
Sens.
That makes perfect sense. They are a train wreck that is on fire. It's just like a train is rolling through town. It's a blazing inferno, and people are like, well, that's about right.
Okay, quickly before we let you go, you got to weigh in on our topic from 7 this morning. We were talking about, like, let's say you landed a bunch of cash. All of a sudden, boom, Baggedmilk is flush.
Takes off. You trademark Baggedmilk, and it just takes off.
Boom! You're making millions. Now, everybody does this. You need to as well. You need to make a stupid decision with that money. What do you do?
I'm going to build a statue of myself. There's two things. I'm going to build a statue of myself that, like, I saw that the Hulk there, Lou Ferrigno, had one of himself. I thought that was baller.
You know who did
He
that?
walks out into his yard and he sees himself in statue form. That's great. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a big inflatable head on the front of my house so that I can run through it every day like a football player.
Yeah. You know who built the statue? You walk outside of the Blue Jays Stadium, the Rogers Center. There's one statue. It's Ted Rogers. Also built it of himself.
See, that's a boss move, though. You're just like, hey, here's me on a statue, and you're going to look at it forever.
That's what McGregor's doing for his birthday. Is like 31 or
Conor
30.
McGregor.
Conor McGregor, he's getting a statue. Baggedmilk, thanks for the visit from Oilers Nation.
Thanks as always.